We want our listeners to know that the following portion of this interview contains discussions of childhood sexual abuse. These experiences could be difficult and emotional to hear, especially for survivors and their loved ones. Please take care of yourself while listening. If at any point you need to pause, step away, or come back later, that's okay. Your well-being comes first. All right, welcome back to Will's Chatter. I'm Will, and today my guest is a friend. She's a mother, she's a wife, and she's a survivor. She survived a horrific experience, and tonight she's going to tell us how. Let's talk. What's up, V?
Let's talk. What's going on, my guy?
How's everything?
Everything's good.
Yeah.
You know, I'm blessed. I'm
It
here.
doesn't get warm, does it?
No.
Is it
I don't know
crazy?
what's going on? It's like, I don't know what's going on. It's like cold. I don't know. I'm like frigid in here.
I hate it.
It's ridiculous. I'm like, I was complaining because it was just like last 3 days, what it was like in the 90s, right?
It was for 3 days in a row.
80s, 90s,
amazing.
scorching hot. And then the weekend when we're supposed to celebrate Memorial Day and barbecue and go to the pool, the beach, the lake, it's raining.
Can you believe
it's
that?
cold.
It's cold and rainy.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, Mother Nature.
So what's up? So where you from?
Where am I from? That could mean so many things.
Where were you born?
Where am I from? Well, I was born in North Bergen. I'm from New Jersey. Born in North Bergen. My parents were born. My father was born in Puerto Rico. My mother was born in Brooklyn. Me and my brothers were born in North Bergen. I'm like the youngest of, I guess, tricky because my father has 6 kids. My mom has 3. So I'm the youngest out of my mom's kids and my father's kids. So my father has 6 of them, and my mom has a total of 3. I'm the youngest out of all of them. But I like to. I feel like I'm the youngest, but I feel like I'm the most like not responsible. I'm not gonna say that because I have a sister who's very like she's doing her thing. But I feel like everybody tells me that like you're the young one, but everybody comes to you for like advice or they're like like I'm like the nurturing one. Like especially with my brothers, they still live at home with my mom, but they always call me or they need advice or something's going on or whatever. Like I'm always the one that's there to, help them or guide them through whatever it is. And it's so funny because like, you're the baby, you're the youngest one, but you're always the one that everybody calls. Even my aunts, they call me for everything. They're like, oh my God, I got to go to the doctor. I need help. What does this prescription say? I'm like, I'm not a doctor. Like, y'all got to figure it out. Like, because when I'm not around, like, I don't know what you're going to do with yourselves. But I noticed I'm like the youngest sister, but I'm also the youngest, like, out of the cousins. But people usually gravitate to me. I don't know if it's like just a young thing, like they're like, she's young, she might know it all, but it is what it is. So it's good sometimes. Sometimes I get annoyed. I'm like, yeah, I gotta figure it out.
It's funny because it's like, first of all, you're supposed to be spoiled, right?
Yes.
But you're taking an older sibling role.
Yeah, it's just I guess it just came natural for the most part, like just being like a nurturer and wanting to take care of people. It just came natural. I guess because I felt like I maybe it was something that I was missing. So it was something that I naturally gave as I got older. Like it was just something that I just like to do. I love to like, it's a bad thing because I'm a people pleaser. Like I like to please people. I like to, if somebody needs something, I'm there. Or, if somebody's hungry and it's gonna be my last meal, I'm gonna give it to them. Like it's just something, it's just a natural thing that I have, and I don't know why. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing, like I said, because it's the power of saying no. Like I'm starting to learn that as I get older. Like they say you can't say yes. Comes a point in time where you have to be able to say no to people, and you can't always, how you say, you can't always fill other people's cup. You got to fill your own cup. So I'm learning that as I get older, to kind of like pour into myself and self-love, as opposed to like trying to figure out like the next person that needs help, or like like just trying to fix somebody. I need to pour into myself a little more. So I'm working on that. It's a process. It's a learning process every day.
For people like you and me, saying no is hard because we're very we do, like, we could relate to a lot of stuff. Like, But and I know like I'm listening to you and I'm like, I know it's so hard for me to say no many times, but I'm learning to do that. But I'm also learning to do it. I'm also learning to say no, but without explaining my no.
Right.
And that's something that I feel like I have to say no. It's because and I start
Yes.
explaining. I'm like, and I had to say no.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
And that's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's very hard because it's like I understand it because you want to say no and explain yourself because you feel bad like why you're saying the no, but it's you kind of owe yourself that to not have to explain. Like you don't have to ever explain why you're saying no to somebody. It's no, that's your God-given right to say no to somebody for whatever it is. But I do understand why it can be hard too, but it's because for me it's naturally in me to say yes or to like want to do something for somebody.
But was that a problem saying no for like your whole teenage years, or that just became an adult thing? Because as you get older, you're able to do a lot more stuff for people because you're more independent, you're more structured, you're more on your on your feet, so you're able to do things. So it's hard to say no. So you're able to do it, but was you the same way and as a teenager?
Yeah, I've been this way. Like I was people pleasing for so long since I was a kid. Like it was like I said, it was just I guess my upbringing, maybe my experiences that kind of molded me into naturally feeling like I have to do things for people or like I didn't have a backbone. I couldn't say no to certain things. Like even when I got into like my teenage years, being around certain people, I would know right from wrong, but I would still kind of go do the wrong only because I didn't know how to say. Not that I didn't know how to say no, I didn't want to say no. Or maybe a little bit like I didn't know how to say it because I didn't know what kind of reaction I was gonna get. So it was more like I just go with the flow, do whatever they're asking you to do or whatever, just do it. And it was always easier to do than to not and cause confrontation. I'm not a confrontational person. Like I don't like confrontation. So I also feel like the no is gonna cause a confrontation. So I've always, like I said, from it's all a trickle effect. They say what you've gone through as a child bleeds into your adulthood and like your teenage years into your adulthood. So I feel like the things I've gone through as a kid has made me be that person where, again, as a teenager, it's like I don't know how to say no. I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna go with the flow, and these things are not right, but I'm gonna do them anyway because this is, the people that I'm hanging out with. I'm easily influenced and manipulated. Like somebody could be like, yeah, let's go do this. And I'm like, all right, let's go do it. Like, because again, the fear of saying no and not knowing what's going to come after that. But again, I feel like now as an adult, like I'm really working on saying no and using that as my power because again, like I feel I've had no control in my childhood, right? So like no control in my childhood to my teenage years. I'm running wild, doing crazy things, and then in my adulthood, I'm living a different life now. I'm older. I'm damn near about to be 41. So I'm learning, and it's okay as you get older to learn certain things because you live and you learn every single day. Like there's no expiration date on when you need to learn a specific thing. So learning to say no in my 40s, my early 40s, is a great thing, right? I'm embracing it and I'm just learning to live in it because again, it's something that's so hard. Like it's an everyday thing. And it's like, I say no and I cringe, but it's like, all right, I got to stick to that. I'll say no and I'll walk away because I'm like, I can't even look at you right now, but it's for myself. It's for my own, I guess, self-healing and my own power because that's your power, like again, you can say no. That's your God-given right to say no for whatever reason. So I'm learning. And yes, my childhood was a lot of my teenage years were just learning how to, I mean, it wasn't learning because again, I was just still going with the flow and doing things, but it was very hard to say no, and it was a lot of pleasing others and doing things that other people wanted me to do because I feel like I was conditioned that way.
Yeah.
Yes, conditioned that way. And we all go. It's like people might get confused, and I don't want to lose anybody, so I'm gonna bring it all together. So for me, as I was growing up, again, grew up with my two brothers, my mom and my dad. My father had older kids, but they lived, he had like a first marriage, so they lived somewhere else. I wasn't really close with them, but living at home was very, how can I say it? I was to myself. I would say that I was very to myself. I was the only girl in my house. I was the only girl in my family, really. I had another female cousin, but she was older, so she was like into older things, and I was just always to myself. I was into drawing. I was into playing sports because my brother plays sports. I love to listen to music. I love to write. Just write whatever what my day was, or just try to write poems, or just try to make sense of things and just put it together. So I was very in my own little zone, in my own four walls is what I like to call it. And I stayed that way because it was my safe zone. It was where I felt like nobody can come in and hurt me, and it was like, this is my space. You're not allowed in here. This is my happy, my happy bubble. And that's where I stayed for a lot of my younger years, my teenage years, until I broke out of my living situation. I feel like a lot of kids are in situations that they feel like they can't talk about it, right? So they need to be they have to be quiet. They want to feel like they have to be silenced, or if they speak about it, somebody may make fun of them, or somebody might not believe them. And that makes any kid feel like, I should have never said anything. That makes them go back into their shell, right? So when I was a kid, I was sexually abused as a child, and it was done by someone that was very close to me. And I'm going to be careful with what I say because I don't want to say names, and this is my truth. This is not to shame anybody or to put anybody down, because that's the last thing I want to do. And this goes back to the silence, is why people stay silent, because they feel like they can't speak about it because somebody's going to shame them or say something about it. But this is me speaking my truth, and this is me putting it out there to help somebody. Because for a long time, I felt like I was the only person that was going through this, and I know that I'm not the only person, or was the only person at the time, but I was in a situation where I felt like I should have been protected by adults, and I wasn't. And because of that, because of me not feeling protected and sheltered and loved, I ended up going into a shell. I ended up going into a little bubble where I wanted nobody around me. And I kind of pushed people out. So what I would do is, while my family and my brothers, and they're all outside, hanging around with family, or just my brother playing sports, or my mom would have people over, I would be in my room, either listening to music or with my notepad, writing, drawing, just doing something where I knew that all the crazy noise is over there, and I'm just going to stay right here because nobody's going to come in my bubble. And that's how I spent a lot of my childhood into my teenage years, until I started like befriending certain people. But I always still kept to myself, because I just always felt like I can't trust anybody. Like everybody's out to get me. That's really how I felt. I'm like, everybody's out to get me. I don't want to be too close to anybody, because I'm going to get hurt. Like that's always been just my thought process. And even into my adulthood, is still something that I'm learning to. I'm trying to unlearn that, because I don't want to always be this, just to be like that. It sucks to not be able to trust people easily and open up to people, because you always feel like somebody's going to do something. But that's just how my brain was conditioned. You know what I mean? So that's why, as a kid, I was always like, you know what? I have to do that. I couldn't say no, because when I was young and things were happening to me, I felt like I couldn't say no at the moment. I felt like, how how to say, like, it was where a moment where I will always freeze. I would tense up, and I don't even know where my mind would go. It was more so, it was just blank, and like, when is it gonna be over, right? And then after that, it was just waking up and kind of bugging out, because it's like, did that shit really happen? Or did I dream it? Like, was it a nightmare? Did this happen? Or what the fuck, you know? And when I would sit and realize, like, this really happened, I would feel so dirty and so, like, just cringy, like, you know, like, and just in my head, like, why you didn't do anything? Like, why, when this was happening, why did you stay there? You know, those moments where, like, just in general, where you could be having an argument with somebody, and you're going in and you're cursing the hell out, and then you hang up the phone and you're like, fuck, I should have said that. This is what I should have said.
Yeah.
So it was that kind of a moment where I'm going through it. I'm silent. I'm not saying anything. I'm frozen. I'm tense. And then it finishes. And then it's like, I'm like, you know, as a kid, it's like, damn, like, why did I not say something, you know what I mean, to stop it? But at the same time, it's like, you're scared in the moment. Like, you don't know what to do. You are tense. Like, everybody's different. And this is, again, why it was a situation where I wouldn't speak about it, because you have those people that would judge you and be like, you should have said something, or you should have done something, or you liked it because you didn't do anything about it. Like, you just stayed there in that situation.
But when it first started happening to you, did you knew what was happening? Because we're looking at what age are we looking at?
No, it can be all a blur, but I want to say it was early as maybe second, third grade. Second, third grade, so like 8 or 9. Yeah. Maybe till about 14, 15.
Oh, wow.
And that's late, right? So that's why a lot of the time I would just stay silent, because it's like, bitch, you 15 years old. Like, you don't know the difference by now. You know what I'm saying? But it was part of, I think, the conditioning. I don't know. Like, it's not to justify anything, but I have no other explanation for it. You know what I mean? Like, so it was that early. And again, it was situations where I'm sleeping and I'm waking up to something, and it's like, what is it, right? And then it's just like, I would just, like, close my eyes and just wait till it's over. And the first time, I'm like, I woke up and I'm like, I dreamt this. I must have dreamt this, like, because this can't be life. But then it happened again, and then it happened. You know, when it was like a consistent thing, it was like, no, this shit is really happening. Like, this is really happening. And what am I supposed to do? Did
it get you confused?
Absolutely, because again, because it was someone who was supposed to be protecting me, right? A person who was supposed to protect me, nurture me, break me up, build me up, like, all these things. And when a person like that does something like that to you, you have nothing but confusion going, like, through your mind. Like, it's more like, what the fuck? Like, you know it's wrong, but how do you stop it? How do you address it? This person is way much bigger, way older, like, has way more authority. Like, who's gonna believe me? You know what I mean? Like, I'm this little person, and I've seen it in the past with another person, like, that I know that was very close, where this person, you know, accused somebody for abusing them, and it was more like, you're lying. Like, no, you're lying. That they would never do that. And I looked at that as a kid and was like, yeah, no, you can't say shit, because you're gonna be blamed, or you're gonna be looked at like you're lying. So why would anybody want to speak up if they feel like automatically they're gonna be blamed for it? You know what I mean? So that's why so many kids don't say shit, because they feel like, I'm gonna say something and somebody's gonna look at me and they're gonna blame me. they might say, you know, you deserved it, or it's your fault because you didn't stop it and you knew better because you're whatever age and you know right from wrong. But it's not that fucking black and white. It's not that simple. It's not that simple to, I mean, and not everybody has that power to do that. Like I praise people that, how can I say this? Because it's like I'm saying like I'm a weak person, but like these people, predators look for weak, vulnerable people. They know who and who they cannot go after, right? So
plus you trusted this person.
right,
on top of that.
right. That was the biggest one. Like I'm trusting in you, like you are my everything. So of course it's like, you know, like what I'm gonna trust you. But for it to turn and be that, it's like, damn, like how am I supposed to look at this now? Like it was so confusing because it's like now this is not normal. But what's fucked up is that everything that was going on in my living situation, my living quarters, my family was so normal
back then.
Yes, like living in it. So when you're brought up in a situation like fucking crack in the 70s or whatever it was, like that was normal because that's what everybody grew up in around. That's just what your environment is, right? So when you're in a specific environment, that's what you're used to. Like you're not used to, you're used to walking down the block and seeing somebody shooting up crack or whatever. You're not used to walking down the block and seeing the palm trees or the, you know, like you're not used to those things. So it's like night and day. So it's like my whole family dynamic was what it was, but because I was in it, it was so fucking normal, right? But when I would go to, let's say, school, or when I would go to school, I would talk to somebody. Like, for instance, Sam, my wife now, she was my friend in elementary school. Like, when I would talk to her about my family dynamic, because it was so normal to me, she looked at me like I was crazy. Like, that's not normal. But to me, it was more like, what do you mean that's not normal? Like, that's my family. Like, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Like, and it's so funny, I'm going off the rail, but like, that's how Cam thinks about it, because Cam, she has two moms, right? So she'll go to people and say, I have two moms, to see your reaction. And like, that's normal to her, but it's not normal to all other little kids. They're looking at her like, what do you mean you have two moms, right? So that's the kind of same reaction that Sam gave me as a kid. Like, we're in the 5th, 6th grade together, and I'm like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. She's like, what? What do you mean? Like, that is not fucking normal at all. And I'm like, but what do you mean? Like, I was so embarrassed. And at that point, I wouldn't even tell nobody about my family, because it's like, yeah, that's not normal. Like, that, the way I grew up is not a normal household or a normal family dynamic, or like how shit is supposed to go. You know what I mean? But that's what I grew up in. So it was very fucking normal to me. And like, everything about it was normal. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, that's this, you know what I mean? That's just what it was, because that's what I grew up in. So people couldn't tell me any different until I got older. And I think like I kind of like, I mean, I would say as a kid, I was always curious, because one thing about me growing up, I was never sheltered. Like, my family never, and I mean in the sense, like, now I won't have certain conversations around my daughter. I don't even watch certain TV shows or movies or have certain things playing in the background in front of my daughter. Like, that's how serious it is. But when I was growing up, it was all out there for you to see, or conversations for you to hear. Like,
yeah, it was definitely different back then. Yeah.
Right. So I'm sitting there as a kid, and I would always, again, because I was to myself. So people are having conversations, and I'm just sitting there listening, and I'm putting shit together, and I'm like, wait, what did this person just say? And I'm like, oh shit, like this person, like this one, this is this. Like, it's just, I'm putting these puzzles together, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, all right. And I'll just keep it in my head, and then I'll go, and then again, I'll talk to somebody from school and be like, oh, this is, you know, I heard this at a family function, and they'll just look at me like, yo, like, what? Like, and I'm like, yeah. And they're just like, that is, like, bro, and I know that people will go home talking mad shit. Like, yo, that family's fucking crazy. Like, that girl right there, like, she, I don't know what's going on over there, but we need to, like, steer clear type of thing. But You know, and then I had those friends that embraced me. Like Sam was a great friend. She embraced me. I would have sleepovers in her house. Like there were those. So as a kid, I would find little escapes, right? So like I would have sleepovers at certain people's houses. So I would go to Sam's house, or I would go to another friend's house, or one of my, you know, I had an aunt who raised me since I was like a kid, and I was very small. Her and my mom used to fight over me. And I spent a lot of time there. So it was like I found little how can I say it? Little
getaways, hideaways.
Right. Little safe havens.
Safe havens.
Right.
Word,
little
yeah.
safe havens to kind of like get away from my home. And because there's a lot of toxicity, you know, again, like I said, I mentioned earlier, my father was married, right? He had a wife and his family that were older, but he was still with my mom. So there was a lot of the back and forth. So there was a lot of toxicity there and fighting and arguments. So I was dealing with that shit and listening to that shit, and he freaking thought he was Tony Montana, and I'm freaking seeing all these people in and out of my house, and there was just a lot of chaos going on in my house, and literally like in and out, like people in and out the house, and random people coming in, and just fucking crazy people, because that was the life that he lived, doing his thing and hustling or whatever. But then again, it wasn't anything that we were kept from. We were in it. Like we knew what was going on. Like we were like, all right, cool. Like this person's here. He's waiting for Papi to come and serve him, type of thing. Like, all right. And they'll be in my house till like 3, 4, 5 in the morning, like literally faint out waiting for this man to come home so he can like serve them. And I'm just sitting there like, they're fucking annoying. Like they would be annoying, you know what I mean? But like, it's just the upbringing, and it was so normal. It was like, oh, this must be going on in everybody else's house because this is what's happening in my house. And then when I would hear other people talk, you know, so it's so fucked up. Like as I got older, I started working my first job. And there was this Italian family. I love them. They're the best. I still keep in contact with them. Like they helped me a lot too. Like they were the best. It hit me so crazy. Like just one day we were at the shop working, and their son walked in, and the owner, Joe, he was like, he looks at his son and he's like, hey, Mark, he's like, how was your day today? And his son, oh yeah, my day was just like something, it sounds stupid, but something that little hit me so freaking hard, because I never had that, something that simple where my parents would be like, hey, Vanya, like, how are you? How was your day? Like, had like a conversation. Like, I don't know if I'm explaining myself right, but just
things that were normal in other people's homes. You didn't even
and
have
it was
that.
so like, I like saw that, and it kind of like, wow, like, damn, like wow, like they care enough to be like, hey, how was your day? Because that's how it was all the time. Like they would walk in, their kids, hey, how's your day? How did this go? Or, you know, how was school today? Or whatever. And I didn't have that. So it was like the difference of like the chaos, and then like the so simple but meant so much of him asking his son how was his day.
Yeah.
Like it's just the crazy, like the difference, and it's just like, again,
you saw that special love that somebody had.
Yeah, you got to see,
wanting to know how that person had his day. Yeah.
Yes, I was able to see the difference of what like love and what a loving home is, and normal family and dynamic and that type of thing is, to what my upbringing. Like if I was to give you a picture of it, is chaos, fire, people running, freaking sirens, like just chaos.
But maybe because of that chaos and everything that you were going through in your home, maybe that's why you felt that what was happening to you was normal, and you didn't know any better, and you thought that was something that, you know, I mean, you was afraid, you felt trapped, and because of that, I mean, I hope you don't, I mean, we always don't want to tell people, when they say, I blame myself. But, did you feel like it was your fault?
I did for a long time, because again, it was more like as a kid, and I mean kid like young, like I said, I think I started 3rd grade-ish. At that point, I was still going through my confused era. And then as I got older, it started to lean more. I was still confused, but now it was more resentment. And then it was like more blaming myself. And it was because I'm getting older, and I'm like, okay, this why is this still happening? Like why is this cycle not, why hasn't this stopped yet? And then I went into the blaming, because it's like, all right, you're grown now, you're old enough, like there should be a situation where it's just like, that's it, it's done. And it's not. So it was more like, you're the cause of this, because you have the power to say no. Go back to that, right? You have the power. You have the power to say no, like just to stop it. But I didn't do it, and so it was a blame within myself, where I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you're doing this shit. Like, you're the reason why this continues, because you're letting it happen. Like, you can think, like, what's that saying? Like, you can things happen to you like what you allow, right? So if you're allowing it, then what are we doing here? Like, why are you blaming anybody if you're just continuing, you're just letting it happen. You're being complacent about it. So I did blame myself for a very long time, but then, I had to really think about it and say, or really understand that I was never the adult in the situation. I was always the child at the end of the day, no matter how old I was. And, me knowing like, yo, this is not right. At the end of the day, I was not the child. I mean, I was the child. I was not the adult. And I felt like the adult should have been the person to be like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, why am I even, doing this? Like, kids are kids are precious. You bring them up. They're very impressionable. Like, you bring them up. Our kids are the future. Like, you don't bring them up to then fuck them up, right? You got to bring them up to show them what life is, like to show them a better way, to show them happiness and how to be a human being and how to love and how to treat others and how to be great. You don't bring a child into this world. Like, you don't become somebody's guardian or to tear them down and bring them down and confuse them. Like, you're a piece of shit for that. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't, like, anybody that has a child and you're fucking abusing them, or you're just mistreating them, or even if it's not your kid, it's just somebody that you're taking care of or whatever, like, you're a fucking piece of shit, because that's not what you should be doing. Like, like, kids are the future. Like, this, like, we're supposed to protect them, right? We're not here to hurt them and bring them down and beat them down. Like, what, so I feel like me speaking about it now, because I've never spoke about it. I would only talk to, like, my wife or whatever. It's trying to help somebody, because I know there's a lot of people going through. I'm so sorry, my phone's ringing, but
it's okay.
I know that for a long time I thought I was the only one, but then I get older and I'm reading things and seeing things and talking to people, and I realize, okay, this is more, this is, other people are going through it. It's more like, all right, I need to tell my story so that people can understand, like, the power of saying no. And it's not okay for anybody to ever make you feel like, to make you feel overpowered, to make you feel intimidated, to make you feel like you don't have a voice, because we all have a voice. Every single one of us, like, everybody has a voice, and we have a voice, so we need to use it. If we don't use it, you're going to be basically left behind, because our voice is the most powerful thing. And I learned that as I got older, because it's like, you don't say anything, you can't get anything out of it. Like, closed mouths don't get fed. So if you don't speak about anything, what you're thinking, keeping your mouth, silence is a killer, right? It's just, whether you're going through abuse or you're thinking about something at work that's stressing you out, like, don't just keep it in your head. Like, talk about it. Like, tell somebody how you're feeling, write about it. Like, you have to get it out there, because the more you keep it in, it's just harvesting is just going to make you more stressed, depressed. You're going to end up, like, wanting to hurt somebody. You might want to hurt yourself. Like, it's just not a good cycle to go through. So it's always good to just use your voice and speak and learn to say no. Like, when it comes to anything, not just only when it comes to abuse, but that's the topic. So that's what we're talking about. But
yeah. Do you think because you were such in this, you're surrounded by so many people, and do do you think that somebody maybe knew what was going on?
So for a while, I didn't think so. But as I got older, I yes, because I got like the family that I come from is so crazy that it's more than likely, yes, someone knew, or a couple of people might have known, but it was more of a hush hush thing, because that's just how it goes. That's just how it is. Like, everybody keeps it quiet, like,
But it's got to be rough
you know,
knowing that, thinking that like they could have stopped it if they could have, if they wanted to.
yeah, yeah, it is. It sucks, but it's like, I'm here now and I can't really hold resentment. I did hold resentment towards this person for a while, because I felt like you had to have known, because it happened to this person as well, by the same person. So it was more like, like, if something happens to you, right, you learn from your lessons, you do things to prevent it, and this person didn't do anything to prevent it. They kind of just did the opposite to kind of make it happen. And if that makes sense, like, not that they fed me to the person, or like kind of was like, here you go, but more so it was never like the opposite of to protect and to prevent it from happening. It was just no protection at all. So that alone is like, you had to have known, and you knew the kind of person that we're dealing with. So it was very hurtful. Like, like, damn, like, you fuck, like, okay, I figured it out as I got older, because like, you had to have known. But I can't also, like, I was upset for a while, but I can't blame this person, because this person has also been through their own like traumas, and maybe worse than I have, and so because of that, it's more so like that person was taught the same shit that I was taught, and was brought up in a much more worse environment than I was brought up in, so they didn't know no better. So it's like it's a cycle. It was just the cycle that needed to end, and I'm the one that's breaking that cycle. So it was like, it just kept happening, and it's like, they didn't protect me from it, but I cried. I felt bad about it, and now I'm at a place where I'm not feeling like that anymore. I'm grown. It happened. I'm a survivor. I'm here. Like, I'm living a great life. I didn't go off and kill myself. Like, I didn't. I got into a lot of crazy shit that I shouldn't have gotten into. Dealing with a lot of people that I shouldn't have been dealing with, but I'm here, and I think that's like I think that's like the biggest accomplishment, I want to say, is because the shit that I've gone through, and the things that I've seen, and the situations that I've been in, I feel like people would have given up a long time ago, and people would have just threw in the towel and were just like, I can't deal with it anymore. Like, I don't even want to deal, like, because for me, it was the embarrassment, it was the resentment, it was the feeling like I have friends to talk to and tell them like everything that I was going through, because I feel like I needed an outlet, and those same friends throwing it back in my face. It was a lot of things that it was just like, all right, you went through that, and now you survived it. Like, I didn't fold, when I felt like I could have so many times, because I felt like I didn't even want to get up. Like, you're beat down so many times, and you just want to kind of just stay there and be like, fuck it, just end it, like, I don't want to deal with it anymore. But I didn't. I kept pushing. I kept believing that there was something better out there, because we had the conversation before, but like, I feel like had I not rekindled my relationship with Sam, which we've known each other since kids, and then she moved and went to a different town and different school and stuff like that, I feel like I really don't know if I would be here right now. I honestly feel like that. Like, I feel like, I mean, I don't know about jail, maybe that, because the shit I was doing was could have landed me there, but definitely probably wouldn't be I don't know if I would be alive because of this shit that I was doing. I had no direction, no sense, like no nothing. I was just living life to live life and just be reckless because I had no guidance. Like I had no freaking like I was like I say like I raised myself. I always said that. You know, like I was living at home. Shit happened. I left my mom's house at like 14, 15. I went with my mom's sister. She raised me. She raised me since I was a kid, but like I officially moved to her when I was about 15. And that was like when everything got better, because that's when that was like the final no. And I like, you're not doing this to me no more. I'm leaving. And I went somewhere else where that was my safe spot. And from that moment, although I was in a better living situation because I wasn't being abused or anything like that, it still wasn't a better situation. But it was because at that point I was just doing whatever I wanted to do, and I wasn't being told that I couldn't do these things. Like, oh no, you can't be out that late, or you shouldn't be hanging out with that friend, or no, you shouldn't be smoking weed, or like that was non-existent. Like maybe they might have voiced their opinion. Like my aunt would tell me like, oh, maybe you shouldn't smoke, or maybe, but it wasn't never like don't do it or whatever. It was more so I'm doing what I'm doing. I was helping her pay the bills, and that's all she really needed and wanted. Like she needed help, so that's what I was doing. Right, I helped pay bills. I helped take care of my cousin, like put food on the table, like all those things. So because those things were being met, it was like it still wasn't no structure in the house, if that makes sense. Almost. Yeah, so I was still doing what I wanted to do. I was still out like fucking smoking, getting high, like, you know, popping pills, like doing all crazy shit because I didn't have anybody telling me not to do it. And it still goes back to like, you knew you shouldn't be doing it, but it was more so like, fuck it, nobody's telling me not to do it, I'm gonna just do it anyway.
That might have been that had to have been so difficult, even if you wanted to start healing from what you went through. Mm-hmm. Being that where you were at that moment and what you went through, mm-hmm. It had to be hard to even start to heal. Like you probably didn't have a healing direction or where or how.
No, because it's been so chaotic for mm-hmm. such a long time. So I don't think I probably didn't start the healing process until like my late 20s, like 25, 26, because that's when I got with Sam and we just started like talking more and opening up more. And that was when I was able to really sit with everything. And because I never really sat and thought about everything or even talked about everything like in depth. So in those moments, like in that time, it was like it was something that I actually sat and was like, yo, I've really been through some stuff. Because again, like I'm going through it is normal to me. It's not like I'm going through something. This is my life. These are the cards that I'm dealt. This is what the universe has given me. This is my normalcy. This is normal. So it wasn't chaotic at all to me. I mean, it is chaotic, but it's still not to the point where I'm looking out on the outside and saying, yo, that's crazy. That's because that's just what it was. Up until my life calmed down, right? It got a little calm, and you know, I'm still reckless, but not as reckless. Sam came into my life, who was all the normalcy I needed, and so I started seeing things so much different now. Like now, I'm seeing like that is so not the way you're supposed to live your life. That is not okay. Like, that is not normal. Like, you need to love yourself. Like, you're a beautiful person. Like, your body is your temple. Like, you deserve so much more. Like, you are worthy of love. Like, because I was living my life like I didn't care if anybody loved me or who loved me or did anybody care about me, or I never thought that I was worthy of those things, or I never pictured myself being in a long relationship or being with somebody that truly genuinely loved me for me, because I feel like people were in my life, they were like situations, like it was just like for like what they can get from me. And the minute they couldn't get anything from me, it was like they weren't around. So those were like little moments that I had, and they weren't like real friends, but I always took those as like, I always took those to heart, because I'm like, damn, these are my people. And then when it was like, oh, you don't have any more money for the drugs or whatever, okay, then you're whack, you're corny, like whatever, go stay home type of thing. Because that's really what it was. Like, I was the person that would always have all the weed and have whatever drug I want to do here, let's go do it, let's hang out. Yeah, my friends. And then the minute I didn't have the money or I ran out, or there was no more anything to do, it was like, yeah, yo, she whack, let's go. So again, that's just my life. That's just what I was going through. And then like, as when once Sam came, there was none of that. Like, I wasn't even on like drugs like that. I wasn't doing stupid shit. I was smoking weed like that. I mean, that's normal to me, but don't say no drugs, say no drugs. But other things that I was getting into, like once she came into my life, like that was a done deal. Like, I didn't even look at it. I didn't even turn back or anything like that, because it was like my first taste of normalcy, like being around normal, a normal person, like a normal, genuine friend.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that, so that was different. And it was how do I say, it was weird, it was scary, and it was uncomfortable, because I felt
different.
Hell yeah. And I was feeling judged like a motherfucker, like although she's not that person, but I was still feeling that, because it was like your own, like my own insecurities.
Everybody was doing that,
right? Even that. So I'm like, I feel like it was like just my own insecurities. So I was just like, damn, I don't even know if I belong, because this is not, I was so used to being in this toxic bubble that this this freaking flowers and green grass and shit just looked way
That's a good point.
different. Yeah, it was like I said,
flowers, because everybody before that was dark. Was always it was absolutely no reason for them to be in your life.
It was
in malicia. You know, they always wanted to do bad things until you found someone who had sunshine and bright colors.
Right, and that's
it
the
was
best
tender,
way.
and it was loving.
That's the best way to describe it, because like I said before, I'm like, over here there's sirens, fire, fucking cars burning, people running, war going on, and then over here is butterflies and pretty trees and flowers, and it was such a difference, but it was such a it's what I needed. It's what I needed, and I never thought I would get that. And finally, when I got it, it was like, wow. Like, it was scary, because again, like I was so used to the craziness, and I was also used to people coming in and out of my life, like coming in because it was like, all right, she got the goods, like she got the stuff or whatever, like let's go chill with her, and then leaving the minute it wasn't there. So when I had that, it was still like, all right, it's only here for a moment.
Yeah.
Because nothing ever lasted. It was always just like for a little bit.
I want to ask you something. I want you to think really deep about this. Because I think we all have our childhood, and we look back and we have these moments that we love and everything. And so, like, my question is, have you ever grieved that childhood that you lost through the process of what this thing happened?
As I got older, yes, because it's more so because I have a daughter now. So I look at my daughter and I'm like, I will fucking kill somebody.
Orange doesn't look that bad on you, huh? That's how you're thinking.
With a tan, I'm looking great, popping and everything. Like,
I hear you. I'm a father, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
And like, again, it goes back to what I was saying. Like, children are here for you to protect them. They're not here for you to just use them, abuse them, and push them to the side. You know what I mean? Like, if you're having kids for that, you're a piece of shit. You don't deserve to be on this fucking planet. Like, you know what I mean? But like, because I have a daughter now, I see things so differently, and it made me think about the little girl, that little girl that I was as an adult, and it kind of like took me there where I kind of like closed my eyes, because you know Sam was very big on like meditating, and she's like, you know, you gotta like go to this place so you can really think about the things that you've gone through and just let it out, because what I've gone through and the way I was treated plays out in my adulthood. Like, my mom was she was always a cranky freaking parent, like cranky as shit, and I fucking see that in myself. Terrible. Like I hate waking up. I'm like a cranky ass motherfucker, and I'm like, oh my god, that's her. I hate it. But like you try to change to not be who you saw growing up, right? And little by little, I feel like I'm being that person, but in the way like I'm just very cranky. But I'm over.
You want to sit back?
No, I'm good.
You sure? You get comfortable.
I'm chilling.
Take your shoes off. You know?
I'm chilling. I'm overprotective to the point that sometimes it's bad because I'm like,
That's almost expected from you because of what you've been through.
yeah, it is. But like other people look at it and they're like, well, bro, like calm down. Like they're like, you need to relax. And I get upset because it's like, don't tell me to relax.
Well,
like,
they have no idea.
Yeah, they have no idea, but also like they probably just never been through anything like that.
Exactly.
Which is great. I just feel like it's a double-edged sword for me because I'm overprotective, but it's also like not everybody is like that. So it's bad because antennas are like my radars are going up as soon as I see men, or like my daughter's playing with a little boy, or there's a man in the room. Like I'm already like like paying close attention because things happen so fast. And it's like you fucking blink and something can happen. You know what I mean? And not only that, but I was a kid that I was easily silenced. I was easily manipulated, easily like I can't say anything. So, and I see that in my daughter sometimes. Like she's kind of a people pleaser. So I'm like extra with her because I'll be damned if anybody tries anything and then try to make her be quiet. So we talk to her all the time about certain things, like don't let people touch you and anything like that. So
she's very open. You have conversations with her.
Yeah, very.
She trusts you guys.
Right. Yeah, she's very open.
That's very important.
She's very open. We ask her like, does anybody ever do anything? Just we have conversations that people might think that we shouldn't be having with her, but I mean, we don't go too crazy, but it's more so like if I would have had if my guardians, parents, people would have had conversations like that with me, I would have had a different life. But I was never talked to like that. Like it was more so it happened and then I was talked to.
But every parent should have those conversations with their child, regardless.
Yeah.
Because it's important to have that connection with them.
Absolutely. And because as kids get older, they get curious. It doesn't have to necessarily be like you need to warn them about sexual assault. I mean, yes, but kids get older, they get curious, they start asking questions, they start exploring bodies, so things can happen, like not intentional, but things just may happen, So you just always want to be open with your kid to your discretion, but for me and Sam, we're very open. We've both been through things in our life, and we just want to make sure that she's fully aware, So again, going back to that, like I see her growing up and I kind of take myself out of that, and I was able to see that little girl, and I cried so much one day. Like I sat one day at home. I sat in front of the mirror. Sam's like, just sit in front of the mirror and just think. And I just sat there and I just started just crying and crying and crying, like apologizing to this little girl, like just saying sorry that there was nobody there to protect you, or I wasn't a big sister or whatever that could have been there at the time to pull you away from that, and I wasn't there to protect you. Like I felt bad for freaking little Vane. Like she had nobody there to take her out of that situation, that moment, until she got much older. And even when she got older, she was still trying to find her way and her place, and was not, maybe the abuse stopped from this particular person, but now this little Vana was subjecting herself to more abuse in different ways, because I was just going in this reckless direction where it's like, whatever. I was very promiscuous. My body didn't mean anything to me anymore, because it was like somebody already done accessed my body that didn't have a right to, right? And so now all these things are in my head, like, all right, this is not right. That person shouldn't have done that. But now I'm starting to feel feels that I shouldn't be feeling when as I'm growing, and you know, getting into things that I shouldn't be, you know, just very promiscuous. And it was not a good, I thank God, again, like that I'm alive, that I, you know, I don't have any fucking AIDS or anything like that. Or, you know, I lived a very reckless life. And I had to look back at that little person and just really be like, I'm so sorry for everything that you went through, and that nobody was there to pull you out of that and to just give you a hug. Like, I want to give my little self a hug all the fucking time, because it's like, damn, like, you really went through shit. Like, you really went through it. Like, you really went through it, and you're here, right? I now, as I got older, was when I was able to give myself grace and embrace like that I'm a survivor, because I would have never called myself that. But because I would think, Sam and I will have conversations all the time, and it's like, damn, I really, like, I went through this, damn, I went through that too, like, shit, like, I fucking went through shit, and like, I survived it. Because again, I could have offed myself, I could have said I don't want to be here anymore, I could have ran away, I could have just gotten into some crazy shit and just gave up entirely on myself. But I didn't, because thankfully I had my aunt who gave me a place to stay, and gave me shelter, and still loved me at the end of the day. There was not that much structure and guidance, but I ain't even gonna blame her for that, because again, the family is what they is how they knew how to take care of me. But I thank her for taking me in and giving me somewhere to be safe and lay my head at night, and not have to feel like, do I need to poke, or, you know, poke out of my blanket and see if somebody's there is about to do something. You know what I mean? Like, it was none of that. I had somewhere to sleep. I was comfortable. I didn't have to worry about who was coming in my room. Like, was I gonna fucking wake up naked in the morning? Like, it was none of that. It was just a good place to be, and I knew I was safe there. And she, you know, again, like, she raised me, but when she passed away, that was a big loss for me, because that was like that was my person. I always called her mom, because she was like my mom. Like, she took care of me, she raised me, she brought me up, you know, she was my everything. And when she passed away, it was like, okay, like, I lost that one person that was my mom to me. Like my people get upset when I talk about this with my mom, because you ever hear that saying that, like, what is it, you only have one mother, you gotta treat your mother like, you gotta love and respect her, because there's only one. You can have many fathers, but there's only one mother. I always used to get annoyed when people would say that to me, because I'm like, I understand that, but my mom was not the mom that I felt like I don't know how to explain. Like, the people that are saying that, like, yeah, madre, there's only one mother. Like, you had clearly a different type of mom that I had. Like, you had a ride or die. Like, you would die for your mom. Like, you would do all these things. But I didn't have that experience with my mom. My relationship with my mom was way different. So when people say that to me, I get annoyed, because it's like, yeah, whatever. Like, that's your situation. That's not my situation. Like, I'm not saying that I would ever disrespect my mom or I wish anything bad on her, but I don't have that mother-daughter relationship with her. Like, I don't have that bond with her. Like, she's like, me and her, we chill, we smoke. Like, that's the type of relationship I have with my mom. Like, we laugh, we crack jokes. Like, it's not the mother-daughter. Like, if I have something going on, I would never go to her. Like, if I have something, I would never go to confide in her. I confide in my mother-in-law more than I do with my own mother. You know what I mean? And it's fucked up, but it's just my truth. It's my like, it's just my, and it's not to put anybody down or make anybody feel like they're less than. That's just what my reality and my truth is. Like, I don't have that relationship, and I wish I did, but I don't. And to try to build it now is pointless, because I'm 40. Like, what are we doing? Like, she can't even build that relationship with Cam, so it kind of sucks that she's not even that close with her. Cam don't even like Cam. She knows, like, she can she that's another she can tell the difference, like, what a grandma is, and because my mother-in-law is grandma, and my mom is Mimi, but there's such a difference in the way they grandparent, if that makes sense, right?
It's the way they love her.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. The way they show up for her.
Exactly.
Same shit that I went through, right? I was living here, and it's like I was going through this chaos, and then it's like flowers and all this stuff. Same shit like with Sam's family. Like, her mom is like the flowers and the garden and the butterflies, and then it's like, here we go, this family is fucking chaos and fires and everything. And I say that to say, like, Cam is so smart, and she's so like energy driven, like aura, and I don't know if it's her sign, but Yo says something about Cam, like she has some type of magical powers or something, but she made a distinction, well, and it blew me and Sam away. Like, she goes, Mama, we're talking about like my family and Sam's family and like the difference, because she's Sam's biological kid, right? She's for those of you that don't know what we're in the same sex, obviously marriage, right? My wife carried our daughter, so she didn't come from me. She's not biologically mine, but she is mine. So don't say nothing fucking stupid, because people be saying stupid shit that I just be like, yo. Anyway, let's get back to it. So she knows, Cammy knows I'm not her biological mom. She knows that I adopted her, right? Because we did only adoption just to keep our family safe with the election and Trump. Like, we don't know if they were going to take away our rights. So if I at least adopted her, if they took away our marriage rights, I still am legally, like, she is still my child because I legally adopted her.
Smart.
Right. So that's why we did that. It had nothing to do with, because you're not the mom or anything like that. But so Cam, we were talking about our family and all these things, and she made this crazy distinction of mommy, because I'm mama and Sam is mommy, right? So she's like, mommy's family is light and mama's family is dark.
Ooh.
And this came out of, like, nobody said anything to her to give her that description, or no, she just came out of nowhere and was like, mommy's family is light and mama's family is dark. So we're in the car and Sam and I look at each other and we're like, okay, explain that. Like, explain. But she thought we were gonna. I'm not mad, babe. I'm really interested. I'm curious. I want to know, like, what do you mean?
Because you agree with her. So, but you want to see at her age,
right?
How did you see
this? Like, that's crazy. How
did you
you
figure that out?
She was 7 at the time, or 6.5, and for you to say that, and you're not even around my family like that, or Sam's family like that. Like, she's more around Sam's, but not even for her to be able to be like, to make that distinction. And she described it. She goes, mommy's family's happy. They laugh. We get together. It's fun. Everybody's happy and smiling. She goes, and then mama's family, she goes, they're sad. They're mad. I don't know. She goes, it's just dark. It's just dark. And I was just like, yo, I threw myself back in the car and I was just like, that's crazy, because that's what it is. Like, that's really what it is in my family. Like, that's crazy for her to see that. So she doesn't really like to be around them. And I can't blame her, because her energy is everything. Like, she's going to protect right. She's going to protect her energy. So when we're around them, we're not around them that long, because I don't even like to be around that energy. I come around just because that's my family, and it's like, all right, I got to come around, whatever. But I like to protect my energy now as an adult. And especially my daughter, my family. So
protect your family.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's crazy. Like,
that's amazing.
And she's just, and she still says it. Like, she's just like, I don't really like to, and that's the energy they bring every time she sees them. And I'll ask them, I'm like, what about this person? What do you feel about them? Because she talks to them more. And she, no, that person too. And I'm like, what about this person? Yeah, them too. Not too much, but yeah, them too. And I'm like, oh, wow. Like, damn. That is
amazing. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how kids have like that. I don't know if like this just an extra, this sixth sense or something that they're just able to feel. And it's the energy. Like, she could really feel somebody's energy and know, like, I want to be around you, or no, I don't want to be around you right now. Like,
you guys are doing a great job with her.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I know you brought up Samantha a couple of times. So who's Samantha to you?
My beautiful wife.
Yeah.
She is my everything. She laughs because I always say she's my hero, or my heroine, really. But she laughs, but I'm so serious when I say that. And it's because, like I said, we've been talking for a while, and I lived a reckless life. I was abused as a kid for a long time, for many years. And then I became a teenager, and I just was like, fuck it, living reckless, all over the place, promiscuous, going with this one, going with that one, getting into shit that I had no business getting into. Making money ways I shouldn't have been making money, like just stupid shit, because I didn't have guidance. I didn't have anybody that was like, nah, you shouldn't do this. Like, this is not, you're worth more. Like, you're a beautiful person. Like, this is not it for you. Like, I had more people around me that were like, yeah, cool. Like, that's cool. Like, you're going to make money. Yeah, let's do that. All right, you got drugs. Let's do that. Like, it was more like the yes men, but yes women, I guess we'll call them. So when she came into my life, it was it was like rainbows and sunshines in the midst of burning hell. And it was like, she came into my life. We were friends. She was in a relationship. The relationship that was kind of falling apart. So I think we kind of like trauma bonded also, but I think we became closer because I was already broken up with somebody, but we were like sharing that, and then she was in the middle of a breakup, and she just from the first time she came back into my life that we all started hanging out because we had mutual friends, like she showed me true, like genuine friendship. Like it was never situational. It was never conditional. It was never like, all right, I'm gonna be your friend now because you have this, or like, you know, I'm gonna come around only for this reason. Like she just always stayed there, and it was true, genuine. It was a different energy, like dark, right? What I was around was dark energy, and they were always wanting to get into some bullshit, and then this was more like, no, this is come take a walk on this side and see what life can really be, and see what love really is. Like, let's see the world together type of thing. And that was that's what she introduced into my life. And peace and calm and normalcy. I didn't have that. She was just, everything about her was genuine. Like she was like a I feel like she was heaven sent. Like I tell her that, I'm like, babe, you're my fucking hero, because before you came, I was doing some crazy shit, and you came and just showed me that, no, you don't need to do this. Like, you are beautiful. Like, your body means something. Like, to me, my body was nothing. It was like, I don't give a shit. Like, you want to take it, you know, like, but it wasn't like, no, like, your body is your temple. You protect your body, and not everybody should have access to your body. Like, not everybody should have access to your mind, your soul. Like, you should treasure that and keep that close to you, and you shouldn't let everybody have access to that. And I was letting any and everybody have access to it. So I was like, I was being sucked dry, and then she came in and like made me whole again. And like I said, she just showed me what real true love is. Like, she's been the same person she's been since we rekindled, and we've been together going on 16 years. So she's never switched up on me, has never changed, never. She's been the same person. Like, you know, what you see is what you get. And she, I don't want to say set boundaries, because we're all grown and we do whatever we want to do, but it was more so like, I'm not going to deal with certain shit, right? Like, and that made me be more mindful and be more like more structured, and know like, no, you can't fucking do this. Like, this is not, you can't be doing shit like this. Like, this is not normal. Like, you need to live like a straight and arrow positive life. Like, you're 25, 24, 25. Like, you're getting older. Like, you need to be more responsible and learn to be an adult, like not living reckless. You know, the people that I used to hang out with back then when I was reckless are still reckless, and they're still doing shit that they should not be doing. So I look back at that and I'm like, yo, thank God, you know, thank God that I am where I am now, because I would be there, fucking probably in a ditch somewhere.
But it's almost like you figure when you met Samantha, you look at it and all the trauma that you went through and all the stuff that you was going through before you met her, it's almost like, do you let it affect your relationship, or did it almost affect your relationship to start off? Because it's almost like going 100 miles an hour. Now she's asking you to slow down. I need 10 miles an hour. I don't need 100.
Yeah, I'm glad you bring
that.
So yeah, it was like a pivot. It was like Like it was like a strong pivot because I'm living reckless and going 100 miles an hour, and then it's
Right.
like I gotta slow down. Now we gotta go like
Now.
55, maybe 50, like we gotta slow it down and let's reassess and let's figure out where we're going, what direction we're going.
Because she's showing you things that you weren't used to.
Yeah, and so it was a lot of learning. It was a lot of getting used to. It was a learning, like, because again, nobody. I didn't have anybody to sit there and be like, this is not okay. Like, this is not how you do things, or this is not how you live your life and stuff like that. I didn't have that. I was just living it and doing. I was just going like freaking. I was just coming in hot, like straight like that. And then she came in, and it was a lot of getting used to. It was I was gonna say, it was like very scary because it's like, yo, like this is different. It's different, but I liked it because it gave me a sense of peace, because I was living recklessly, but I was never at peace in my mind. Like, my mind was always like, I was living in fear. I was in survival mode. Like, I was in like, where's my next meal gonna come from? You know what I mean? Like that type of shit. Like I was, like I said, if I was doing shit to get money that I shouldn't have been doing because I didn't have money. Like, I'm like, okay, I need to make money. Like, shit, rent's due. We gotta pay rent.
You were an extreme
Yeah, it was
lifestyle.
Yeah, and it was like, rent has to get paid. We gotta eat. Just stupid shit like that. Like, it was so bad that when I was like scraping for change, like I was like scraping for quarters to go to the corner store and buy a bag of chips and fucking cookies for dinner. Like, it was like that. But it was normal. It was just it was survival mode. It was just what I was used to. And then, with her, she's just slowed it down and was like, all right, I always had a job. I just never knew how to manage my money. I get the money and I spend it. I get the money and I spend it. Like, every time I had money, I was just spending it. Like, it was never put money away, learn how to do an alignment budget, put your money where it's supposed to go. Like, I didn't know any of that shit. She came into my life and introduced that shit to me. She was the one that was showing me how to do things. Even before her and I moved in together. Like, I was living with my aunt and my little cousin, who's like a brother to me. I was paying the rent, paying cable and all these things with the little job that I had. And she was like, how are you surviving? And I'm like, paycheck to paycheck. She's like, but you can't live like this. She's like, so she revamped my entire fucking budget. We don't call it a budget anymore because that limits you, but we call it an alignment plan now. But like, she had all my numbers. She got all my numbers together and was like, tell me what you got to pay. Like, give me a list of your bills and I'm a get you all set up so then you have some money left in your pocket. She introduced that shit to me. Yeah, like, she did that shit for me. Like, she didn't have to do that. So after, I was like, wow, I actually have a few dollars in my pocket after I paid rent and all that stuff.
You weren't used to that.
No, because all my money was, as soon as I got it, I spent it.
One hand to another.
I got paid. It was the rent was due. That paycheck paid the rent. Like, it was like that. And she showed me how to structure myself, how to structure my money, how to save, how to be an adult. Like, you know what I mean? Like, adulting? What the fuck is that? Like, got credit card, like credit and all these things. Like, all these things of learning how to be an adult, what my fucking parents should have taught me. My wife, my girlfriend at the time, and then fiance and then wife, she was the one that taught me that. Like, she was the one that got me all together. So I owe everything to her, because had she not been in my life, I tell her all the time, like, babe, I'd be probably in a fucking corner if I was still alive, or I'd probably be dead, or I might just be in jail for doing some stupid shit that I shouldn't have been doing. I tell her all the time, and I don't know if she really truly believes me. She'll probably still be like, shut up, like, whatever, babe, whatever. But
she became that safe place for you.
Yeah.
That one that you've been urging for.
She was the place.
All your life almost.
Yeah, where I was able to just, like, where I'm walking around tight and tense all the time. I was able to just drop my shoulders and kick my shoes off and lay back and be safe. Like, that's truly what that was as an adult. Like, I found my person who I never thought I was going to find, who I didn't think I was worthy of finding, because I didn't think I was worthy of love, or I was ever going to fall in love, or I had never thought about marriage and being in a relationship. I'm like, what is that? And who's gonna want to be with me after I've been fucking ran through and did all this crazy things and like I have nothing going for me, so I just didn't see those things. And she helped me in every way, like, you know, like I'm still here, you know, I'm still here. I have a family now. Like she made all those things possible that I thought were impossible, you know. And nothing is perfect. Our relationship is not perfect. Nobody's relationship is perfect. But what I love about us is that we continue to fight and push through together, like as a team, as one. Like we are one unit. And it's hard to believe, but in the 16 years we've been together, we've never broken up, not once. You know, like we've been together.
That's awesome.
Those 16 years, like you have relationships that are that long, but they maybe taking a break here, taking a break there, or they cheated here, they cheated there, and then they get back together. Like it's never been that, you know, like we've gone through our disagreements, we've gone through arguments, we've gone through, you know, our discussions and stuff like that. But it's never been a situation where we're like, we got to get the fuck away from each other. I don't want to be with you. Like, I don't want this anymore. Like it's always been as uncomfortable as it may be. We talk about it, we get through it, and we push through together. You know what I mean? Like as hard as it may be, we always, like that's what we tell each other. Her cousin got married once, and the priest was like, oh, when they were getting married, he's like, you become one like wine. So I always use that with her. I'm like, we're one like wine, right? So like anything we do together. We get through it together. Like we're family. And again, as hard and as uncomfortable anything may be, like we always make sure to talk it out and to just be there for one another, not judge, not, you know, not give your opinion, just be there to listen to the other person, you know. And that's what we've been to each other. Like she's amazing. I tell her all the time, I'm like, yo, she's the best.
She was perfect timing for your beginning stages of healing and surviving what you went through. Until she came into the picture of your life, there was no path for you to take, or there was no picture of healing, or even to start, or even how to survive, because you were living such a reckless lifestyle. And now you've probably been able to kind of say, listen, I think I could try to heal from what's been happening in my life, because now I have that support system in her.
Right. You know what I can describe it as? Like the life I was living, and then Sam, right? It was like you said, there was no path, there was no rhyme or reason. It was just going. It was like, the best way to describe it, there's like a bunch of doors, and every day I'm walking through a different door. Like, what door am I going to go through today? Boom, I'll go to that door. Whatever happens that day is what happens. And the next day we're going to go through this door today and see what happens here and where life takes us here.
Wow.
And then when Sam came along, it was like she grabbed my hand. It was like, no, we're going through this door. And it was like a different type of door.
I didn't see this door.
Nah.
Where this door
and
came
you
from?
open the door, and I'm telling you, it's like fields. Like that's the best way to describe it, is like just fields of bright flowers and butterflies and sunshine. Like, and it's different. Like, it's the best way to describe it. It's like heaven and hell. Like everybody, when they describe heaven, they're like, it's white and it's like pearly and all these things. And then you have hell's burning fire. That's what I was living in. And that's the recklessness I was going through. And that's like the best way to describe it. Like I said, like there was no direction, I never said, oh, when I reach this age, I want to do this. No, it was like, whatever happens tomorrow, whatever happens. If I make it tomorrow, I'm going to make it tomorrow, and then we'll do this shit again. And that's what it was. And like, she came, literally grabbed my hand, full grip, and was like, we're going this way. And we've been that way ever since. Like, we've been like, that path, like, and I thank God for her all the time. Like, I'm, like I, you know, I owe my life to her, because, you know, like I said, if it wasn't for her, you know, I don't even know. I really don't even know. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be talking. I would have never met you. I wouldn't be talking to you. I wouldn't have my daughter. Like my life would not be what it is right now. So
timing is everything.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy how the universe
you've met her,
works.
you knew her.
Yeah.
And there was a big gap.
Yeah.
It's almost like you had to go through what you had to go through before you met her to start over.
Yeah.
You couldn't really start over from where your crazy journey was trying to go. It had to start from when you met her. Mm-hmm. And so because right away when you met her, everything changed.
Everything changed.
It was like the light was turned on.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. It was like the light was off the whole time. And she came in.
Your daughter's view of people.
Yeah.
Dark and,
Yeah.
dark and light.
Yes. Yeah. You flick the light and it's like, and that's the comparison to her and the group of friends that I was hanging out with. They were dark and she was light. Like, she was so different. Everything about her was different. Like, everything about her, it wasn't, let's get high, let's fucking do drugs. And let me, she drank, but that's as the extent it went. And she loved to party. But that's it. Like, it wasn't recklessness. It wasn't hurtful. It wasn't deceitful. It wasn't dishonesty. It wasn't
genuine.
She was all yes, but like what I was dealing with, like, that's what it was. It was deceit. It was
yes, absolutely.
It was dark. It was hateful. It was neglectful. Like, all those things, and that was the complete opposite. So it was like, yo, like, damn, this is again. It was scary because it's a path that I've never been down. But I stuck with it because I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna get off this road because this is different. Like, this is different, and this is where I want to be. Like, this is ultimately what I want in my life. I don't want to be living, because once I got a taste of what normal and peace is what I wanted. Like, I did my fucking absolute best to not fuck that up, because I was like, nah, like, this is what I need. This is where I need to be mentally, physically, all these things. Like, I don't need to be down that path. So I made sure I stuck with it. And I'm still here. No, but it's a journey that I went through, and I mean, the journey's still going. We're still together. We were evolving together, but the journey from the little kid that I was, that was young, naive, and very impressionable, and just all those things, and somebody saw that little person and felt that, okay, this is an opportunity to abuse this person and take advantage, and that's what I'm gonna do. And they did that, and I got older, and again, like, I went through like these phases of being like I confused and hateful, and just I don't care what happens, and I don't care what I do, and then I just came out of that phase, and just in my 20s, where I'm like, no, you're a woman. Like, you need to take care of yourself. You need to love yourself. You need to know how to be loved, because that's another thing. Like, I didn't know how to take that. I didn't know how to take somebody loving me genuinely. It was like, get away. Like, that's just foreign to me. That's weird. Like, or you're just loving me because you're trying to get something from me.
That's what you were used to.
Yeah, so it was scary. It was like, yeah, I don't know how to take that. I don't know how to take it. So it was me a little pushing away a little bit in the beginning, but I'm thankful that she didn't like completely like cut me off, and was like, you know what, like, cause she kind of knew, like, I'm gonna be here for her, because I think she needs it. I think she needs me to be around, and it just blossomed into something else. Went from like a friendship to being something more. But she's the reason, like, she's the reason why I'm still, like, why I'm here, and why I am the person that I am today. Because, like I said, she pushed me, she motivated me, she's the one that, she took me out the country. I'd never been out this country before. Like, I'm like,
you started traveling now.
Yo, like, I was stuck on Central Ave. Like, she done freaking let's go get passports, let's travel, let's see the world, let's explore different things. And her family's amazing. Like, that's like dope. Like, the love you feel there, like, it's a different life that I'm living, and I'm loving it, because I feel the love. Like, I see you feel it, you see it, and it's genuine. Where the life I was living, I didn't see that. I didn't think I was ever going to see that. I didn't think I was ever gonna know what that felt like. And it's like, now it's an abundance of it. It's the best feeling. It's like, wow, like, I wish every family could feel like that, like, just be surrounded by love, because it's a beautiful feeling to know that you're truly, genuinely loved. Like, it's not conditional.
And it's not only that she became that person for you, and she made you a wife, her wife, but she made you a mother.
Yeah.
And if you think back of all the shit that you was going through, being a mother probably would have been the last thing that you were thinking about being.
Yeah, I would have never. They just blowing on my phone. I would have never.
This is not live, so I don't know. Maybe they.
No, yeah, imagine, right? She's probably like, "Shut up! Don't say that." No, not Cam. Now my daughter's calling me from her phone.
Yeah, so she made you a mom.
Right, she made me. It was we talked about it for a few years. We're like, should we? We built our family, me and her together. We got together, we got engaged, we got married, and then it's like, what's the next step for us? Like, what are we gonna do now? Like, not that we felt something was missing, but we both kind of wanted to have a kid. We're trying to figure out how to go about it, or when was the right time to do it, and financials and all these things like that. And we finally were just like, you know what? Let's do it. And
that must have changed your life.
Right. Like we said, let's leave it in God's hands to see what happens. Because she has a condition, PCOS, where it's hard for her to get pregnant. She doesn't ovulate normally. Like, she doesn't get a normal, menstrual period. So it's more challenging for her to be able to get pregnant than it is for somebody else who doesn't have the PCOS. So she wanted to make sure, she's like, you know what, I definitely want to push for this. I want to carry us. Let's do it. Let's because I was scared. I was scared to carry. Listen, I was like, hell no. But I'm just scared of shit like that. But we talked about it. We prayed about it, and we tried our first cycle. It didn't work. But we were a little sad about it. But at the same time, we were like, you know what? We leave it in the universe's hands, and what's meant to be is meant to be, and it wasn't meant at that time. And her and I decided to take a trip to New Orleans with my cousin and his husband, and the doctor calls and they're like, yo, we if you guys want to do it now, we have another opportunity. And we were like, so funny, we sat there, we were in the bathroom together, and we're like, should we do it? Or should we not do it? I remember it was July. We was in New Orleans for Essence Festival. I'm like, should we do it? She's like, yeah, let's do it. When we get back, we're going to do it. So that was like our last hurrah. Like, New Orleans was our last hurrah. We chilled, we partied. We got back home, we got to business. We went to the doctor. And thankfully, she ended up, finding out she was pregnant. She found out, she was waiting for the doctor to call her, but she ended up taking a test before the doctor called her, which was the anniversary of her father's death, which was August 15th. And that's when she found out she was pregnant.
Wow.
So it was crazy. She's like, damn, on his anniversary, like, she found out. And
so the doctor's calling to tell you she's pregnant. She's like, I know.
Yeah, she already knew. But she was just like, oh yeah, pregnant, whatever. But she already knew. And then she played a trick on me or whatever. Like, this was like a whole big thing. Like, she's so
What's the trick?
She downloaded, like, how they have like these apps that you can like text people with like a fake number. And I was working at the flower shop, and I knew the doctor was supposed to text with the results, and I got a text from a weird number, and it was like, oh, this is doctor such and such, letting you know, like, damn, it's negative. And I was like,
she's good.
So I was at work, I was crying, I was like, damn, but I'm crying, and I'm like, let me wipe my tears because I know she's going through it. So let me get, I told my coworkers, I was like, damn, she's not pregnant. I go home. I'm home, and I'm like, her best friend's sitting there. Sam's in the room with the door closed, and I'm like, damn, I'm sad. And I'm like, Wally, how is she feeling? Like, how is she? She's like, she's sad, but she wants you to open up this box. And I'm like, this box? What the fuck I'm opening this box for? Like, I'm opening this box, but I'm really concerned, like, how she's feeling, because she's physically going through it, right? Like, all the changes, and you went through this whole insemination, and, nothing's happening. And I'm opening this box, and I'm still talking to Wally, not even paying attention. I'm just like rambling on. I'm opening the box. I see a pacifier. I'm like, what the fuck is this pacifier doing in here? Now I'm starting to feel even more bad because I'm like, damn, man. She got this box to surprise me for like if we were pregnant, and now, fuck, like we're not even fucking pregnant.
It's not happening.
So I was like, fuck, like, damn, man, like this is not, like, how am I gonna approach her? I'm still going through the thing, whatever. And then there's like a little long scroll wrapped with a cute little ribbon on it. She's like, open that and read it. And I'm like, all right. So I open it, I read it, and I'm reading it and reading it. Sure enough, Sam's like she's great with poems and writing and stuff like that. So she wrote this beautiful poem and basically telling us that we're pregnant. And I was just like,
Wow.
I'm reading it and I'm like, what? Because I'm crying as I'm
But
reading
you're
it.
confused. You got a freaking
so,
text message from a doctor.
I'm like, what? I'm like, we're pregnant. And then Sam comes out the room. No, that's what happened before I even said that. Sam comes out the room and she's wearing a shirt that says, I think it was something like it was worth the wait or some shit. So I'm reading this and I'm looking at her shirt and I'm reading and looking at her shirt. And in the video, because we have a video, I look so confused. Like, huh? And then I got to the line where it says we're pregnant. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I was so happy because I was like, damn, like, we had our own journey trying to get pregnant. Like I said, it was hard for her to get pregnant because she has PCOS and she was doubting herself and thinking, we can't, I'm not going to be able to carry because a doctor that she had a while ago was like, I don't think you should carry. He was telling me, I think you should be the one to carry, not her. Like, I don't think she's going to be able to carry. And I'm like, man, fuck that. And she, thankfully, like, she proved you wrong because she carried beautifully all, the whole pregnancy. She looked great. Like, she was glowing the entire pregnancy, gave birth to a beautiful, healthy baby. Like, it was like, wow. Like, when we found out, it was like surreal. I was like, nah, we're not pregnant. Like, it didn't hit me until like her stomach started growing more. And then like we see like, Cammie's moving in her belly and we're going to the appointments and stuff like that. And obviously when you're holding the baby, you're just like, yo, this is real. Like, this is real. Like, wow. Like, she made me a mom. Like, and she was worried, she told me this like after or whatever, but she was like, I was low key, like stressed out thinking that you weren't going to want anything to do with the baby. And I'm like, why? Like, why would you think that? She was like, because she's not biologically yours. Like, I don't know how that was going to play out. And I get that, because she's hormonal, she's going through her feelings. And yeah, she's not biologically mine. So she rightfully was thinking like, I don't know how this is going to play out. But I'm like, nobody on this planet can tell me that that's not my kid. Like, she didn't come out of me, but I still feel like I birthed her. Like, I went through every moment with you, like the insemination. Like, I might as well would have fucking came inside of you type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we did it together. Like, this entire journey, like the talking about it together, like every step of the way we did it together. So nobody could ever tell me like that's not your kid. I don't give like you. I'll smack shit out of somebody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's the best thing that ever happened to me. Like, that's my little best friend. I tell her all the time, I'm like, you're my best friend. I fucking love you so much. Like, I can't even picture what life was like without her anymore. Like, what?
Well, you could relate to that because of your aunt. She wasn't your biological mom, and she stepped in to take that role.
Yeah.
And you felt, that's my mom. She treated me like I was her child.
Tell me. Yeah, nobody could tell me shit. Even her son, who's technically my cousin, I'd say that's my brother, and can't nobody tell me shit. I'm like, that's my brother. Oh, that's not your cousin? No, that's my brother. Don't be disrespectful. That's my brother. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and they're like, oh, but you guys have different. No, we have the same mom. We have the same mom. And don't get it twisted. But it's that, and it's those things that make me know, like, help me know how important family is. Like, and just having a support system and just people that are genuine people. Like, family is not always like what is it? Blood. I say you don't have to be. Blood doesn't make you family or whatever. Like, it's your loyalty, and that's so true because your family could be the first set of people, proof right here, that can hurt you and do something that you can't take back. And I went through it, right, and then I went through life meeting people that were not my family. That you like perfect example right here. Like, you and yours, like, we met you guys and we're not related, but yeah, family, like, it's different. Like, it's a different, the energy is, you could feel the energy, like, it's good vibes, it's good aura. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we met you guys, we knew like we're going to be in each other's lives forever. Like, there's certain people you meet in your life and you're like, yeah, no, they're here for, what is it, a season or whatever. Like,
yeah,
they're not going to be here forever. But when we met you guys, it was so different. It was like, wow, we met some really good people. Like, we're getting older and we're meeting people and it's like, they're here to, like they say, like, what is it, like when you're in high school, if you don't have those same group of friends, like,
Yeah.
You know, like those are like the people you have now, like your real friends, or whatever that saying goes. But no, you get older and you become more wiser, and you know who like who's good and what group of people are good and not. And we met you guys. It was like genuine, like just the whole group that was at the clubhouse was.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. I literally had this conversation on my other podcast that we're at a certain age now that we don't want to make friends with nobody. We don't want to. We have whoever we have in our lives, and we're going to make that happen and have fun with that.
Yeah.
But as soon as we saw you and Sam walk into the club, we connected so quickly.
Yeah.
And you walked away, and I looked at my wife and says, "I like them." And it was like ever since then
it was like an instant connection. And even when we don't see each other for a long time or speak for a long time, it's like when we get back to, it's like we never separated, like, and those are true friendships when you can go months and a year, whatever, we're not talking to somebody, and then you see them and you pick up right where you left off, and it's not that awkwardness. Like, it's fake when you don't see somebody for a while and you come around them and it's like mad awkward, like
weird. Yeah.
How are you?
That's a good point.
Right. It's like now we don't see each other for mad. We're hugging and but the fist pump, like all these things, like it's genuine.
Yeah.
Like, when it's real. Like, it's fake. Like I said, you just don't. It's just awkward when you don't want to talk. And I don't like people. I don't do people, man. But when I do people, you could tell when I do people. If I embrace you, I'm talking to you, I'm giving you a pound, and then I do you. But if
you were like that when we met you. You were very...
For a short time, though.
Yeah.
It didn't last that long.
Yeah, of course. But at first, you were like, and you were told us, like, like it was hard for me to... be with you guys as friends because like you said, to say, like, I hate people. Like, I don't like them.
Like, I feel like I would let people in and then they would disappoint me.
I'm glad you let us in. Because,
I'm glad too. Like, this is, we love you guys. Like, this, again, the energy and it's good to surround yourself with good people, especially the older you get.
I think for your healing process and being accountable for a lot of stuff that happened, you need those type of friends around, those type of people in your life.
Yeah.
Even if it's for a short term, like you said, for a season, or for a long term, they know their place in your life, and for whatever time they're going to be there. I think you needed that for you to become who you are today.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
We spoke a lot about what happened to you, and every time I hear it, it really almost, I hold back feelings because I know you personally, and it really hits in a different type of, in a different gut. But the person that did this to you you've mentioned that has apologized a couple of times. And does that even do anything to you? I'm saying part of your healing and accountability.
I don't know if it I don't know if it did anything for my healing per se. I think it just made me feel like, okay, this person is, now they're living with what they did. I guess is the best way to put it. Like, where I would go all these years thinking, like, how can a person do these things to somebody or multiple people? Because from what I know, it's multiple people. How do you do this to multiple people and still live your life like nothing happened? Like, do you really do these things and just live and not think about it? Like, does it not bother you? Do you not sleep at night and think about what you did, to who you did it to? Like, I would think about that shit. Like, damn, like, because I know if I did something like that, like, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. I'd be feeling like shit. Like, how do you take somebody's innocence and just go about your life and like nothing happened, right? So I was always thinking like that, and I hated it. I was so fucking pissed. I'm like, how do you do shit like that? But when this person, like, finally, and they didn't specify what the apology was for, it was more so like, hello, I saw the person, like, hello, gave a hug, and it was more like, I'm sorry. And then I was just like, what? I walked away, and I'm like, I tell Sam, I'm like, they said sorry. She was like, what? And I didn't think about it. I left it alone. She's like, you know why they, like, she had to, like, you know why they're saying sorry, right? And I'm like, no, the fuck saying sorry, mad random. Like, but actually it was sorry, sorry for what I did, or something to that effect. but I was like, I didn't think it like that because as I got older, I don't really deal with this person like that. Unfortunately, this person is a family member, so I still have to like see them, or not all the time because I don't see them all the time. But when I do, it's people might judge me for this, but it's a respect thing where I still say hello and whatever, and keep it moving. Like, it's not where I'm embracing the person and like fucking keying and let's have coffee and all these things, but it's more like, hey, how you doing? Whatever, keep it moving.
Is that part of your healing? To be able to be that person?
Yeah, because that's I think that takes a lot for somebody to just be able to, like, I know what it was, I know what they did, and I recognize it, but now I'm moving this way, and that's it, right? Because again, I'm not that person anymore. I'm not little Vana. Like, I'm grown. I'm 40. Like, I'm a wife. I'm a mom. Like, that's not my truth. That's not my situation right now. So it is what it is. But like I said, when the person, they apologized, it made me realize, like, oh, so you're fucking, like, you're living with that shit now. Like, now you're probably sitting at home because now they're old, they're home alone, nobody visits them. So now they're probably sitting in their thoughts with all the shit that they probably did. And it's like,
their apologies was for them, not
probably
for you.
Probably because honestly, for me, the apology isn't gonna do anything for me because it's not gonna erase anything. It's not gonna erase what happened, but it'll give me a peace of mind to let me know, like, you're somewhat human because you do realize that you fucked up. And maybe it is just that you're getting older and you're feeling like, I'm gonna die soon or whatever. Like, I'm a fucked up person for doing this, so now I'm gonna basically not right my wrongs, but I'm gonna apologize for what I did. And so that, like, that first time, like, I was uncomfortable about it. I was like, all right, whatever. And then years went by. I don't remember where I was or what we were doing, and I saw this person again, and then they said it again, I'm sorry. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, at that point, I'm like, why? Like, shut up. Like, I'm like, fuck. Like, that's it. But it's because now it's like making me think, like again, going back to that cringy feeling, like, ugh, you're sorry because of that. Like, ugh, like, just like brought me back to like that feeling and what I was going through. And it's like, shut up already. Like, you fucking apologize. Like, that's it. Like, leave it alone. But like, you brought up a good point. It would probably really more so for that, for themselves. Like, let me just apologize because I need to get this out of my, like, off my chest. For for God or whatever, like, let me in the fucking gates type of thing. Let me just apologize. But I appreciate it. I'm not gonna forget it. I will never forget it. I appreciate it because again, it makes me know that you are somewhat human and you've thought about it to the point that was wrong to be like, yeah, I gotta apologize because they know the dynamic of the relationship. We're not like this, but you know why. So because of that, it's like they know there's a distance and a friction, and so they know it's because of what they've done. So they wouldn't even press the issue. Like, it's like, I'm sorry, and keep it moving. Because I know for sure. Like, I've thought about writing this person a letter, or I've thought about coming to this person and expressing what I feel, but they ain't ready for that shit. They're not ready for that shit, and I don't think I am either, because I don't even know how I would even start it or how I would take, because my biggest problem is I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. I'll take all the hurt. Like, I'll take all the beatings and the hurts and all that stuff, but for me to know that I hurt somebody or I'm making somebody feel that way is not a good feeling for me. And I know if I was to approach this person that I would make this person feel like shit.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't, like, I would feel... I would feel like shit because that person's gonna feel like straight shit, and I don't like knowing that I make somebody feel like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a long time until that point. Do you feel you're close to peace, or it's still your journey, or you're in the process of?
No, I think I'm definitely reached my peace. because like I said, I'm living a completely different life. You know, I'm married. You know, like I am genuinely loved. Like I have my daughter. Like she loves me unconditionally. I'm living a life that I never thought I was. That I. Oh my bad.
No, go ahead, sorry.
I'm living a life now that I would have never thought or saw, like in my past. I never saw this for myself. So I'm in my peace stage.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I have a great job. I have a great family. I have a great support system. I have great, you know, people around me. I have great friends. You guys, you know, like it's, there's no more chaos. There's no more sirens and fire and people running and freaking bombs being thrown. And there's none of that anymore.
Well, now that you have some light
Yeah.
in your path, right? Like, can you see healing? What does healing feel to you? Like, what does it look like to you? Or are you almost
Healing
there?
is where healing is what I'm living now. Really, truthfully, is the best way. Is the stage that I am in now, and that's again I'm living, you know, with my family. We have a beautiful home together. You know, we support each other. Her and I, when it comes to situations that are uncomfortable, we discuss it. Whereas in the past, it was so much how you say, like it's just so much chaos and trauma that you don't want to talk. You just keep it to yourself and you just keep it moving, you know, and that's not a way to live. Like you shouldn't just keep things inside and hoping things get better just by not speaking about them. Like that's not how things go away. Like you gotta do something about it, talk about it, be proactive instead of being reactive to things. So you know, I'm in my healing stage. I'm living it. Like I wake up happy because I know that I have somebody that truly loves me. My daughter truly loves me. Like I have a great job. Like I have a great set of true genuine people that love and support me. A lot of them are people that I've gained through her, like her friends. And in the beginning of our relationship, she always used to get mad because I'm like, those are your friends. Those are your friends. Because I don't say that I have friends because I didn't really come in with many friends. Like I have people that I went to high school with, which I love them. Like that's one of the, like I mentioned before, like a friendship, like you won't see each other for years and you see each other and it's like, yeah, never. I have two good friends that we don't see each other for years. And I'm like, let's go to the beach. She's like, all right, let's go. And it's like we just pick up from where we left off. And it's good people are hard to come by. So when you have those people, you keep them close. And I have a good amount of those people that I'm making sure I keep them close. And they contribute to my peaceful journey. Because they are my peace too, you know, like you guys and just like Sam's friends and Sam's family and, you know, our nieces and nephews, like that's my peace because I'm happy. It's an abundance of love. Like it's light. It's beautiful, you know, so it's definitely not what I came from. So I'm living in that and I'm enjoying it and I'm embracing it.
Well, you made a good point that you are somewhere where you definitely were not at a certain point in your life. So if knowing where you're standing at, where you're at today, if you're able to go speak to your younger self while this horrific thing was going on through you, what would you say to yourself? What would you tell her?
I would definitely tell my little self, I was afraid then. So I would definitely tell her not to be afraid and to use her voice as power. Because like I said before, a lot of our voices are muted, I guess is the best way to put it, because we feel, people in general that go through whatever they may be going through, feel that if they speak out, they're going to get judged or somebody might not believe them. And I feel like that's the worst way to go about something. I feel genuinely fuck what people think, because opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. There's gonna be people that believe you, and there's gonna be people that don't believe you. Fuck the people that don't believe you, because those are not your people. You need to stay around people that support you. And my biggest message again to that little girl is say something. Like, speak up and don't stay quiet because you feel like you're intimidated. I stood quiet and I lived many years of suffering into my adulthood that it still comes out now. You know, thankfully, I'm living a beautiful life. I'm happy. I'm successful. I have a great family, but those things they're never gonna leave me. It's part of my history. So it shows up here and there, but I would say to that little girl and to any little girl, little boy, anybody that feels like that they're going through something, being violated, not being heard, please speak your truth. Please speak to someone. Please find someone that you feel that you can hold on to, or if you feel like you can't speak to somebody, write out what you're feeling. Write a letter and give it to somebody. Give it to somebody who you feel is going to be able to help you. We all have those moments where we feel like, I don't have anybody that's going to support me, or I feel like if I say something, I'm going to get in trouble. But if you don't say anything at all, you're going to live the way I lived for so long. And that's not a way to live. Like, I would rather you speak up and say something and let people judge you, let people talk shit. But you're putting your story out there, and you're being seen, and somebody's going to be able to help you and take you out of that misery that you're living in. So me, again, back to this little girl, like I would tell you, little Vane, please speak. Don't be scared, and tell this person that your body is your temple and they have no right and no access. Call the fucking cops. I should have did that shit. I should have called the cops, but because it was who it was, I was so scared that I didn't do that. But it's just speak up. Use your voice. We all have a voice. Like, we have a voice for a reason. Like, if you don't use your voice, nobody's ever going to hear you. And that's just in anything in life. Like, not even just abuse. It's just in general. Use your voice. That's what you have it for. That's your gift. So I would definitely tell this little girl, my little self to speak and use your voice and not be scared. Because she's tiny and mighty. Because look at me now.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
You're amazing, and
Thank
I love you. And
I love you.
And not only at this point, that those who might be going through something like this, or went through something like this, or know somebody who's going through something, you don't have to. You said call the cops. Tell anybody. You have strangers. You have teachers.
Teachers, yeah.
You have a friend of a friend. The right person will know exactly what to do.
Right. Right.
So just that's an excellent advice. Is
if you tell enough people, it'll get to the right person eventually, and that person will be your saving grace.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like, you know, Sam came into my life. I spoke to her, and I told many people what I went through, and those people were not my people, because they threw it back in my face. Where I finally told one person, and that person didn't throw it in my face. She actually saved me. And that's what I want for everybody else, is like, speak your truth. And like I said, people are going to judge. People talk shit. That's just fucking nature. That's just what people do. But there's going to be that one person that is going to be the right person that's going to come along and be able to help you and take you out of that situation.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your story, your survival path until your healing process. And I know you're still part of healing still.
Yeah.
It still doesn't end. But there's something about truth, you know, and people feel weird about it, but it's something about truth that, you know, that is so powerful that could shake a room into the bricks falling apart.
Yeah,
you know? So
absolutely.
Thank you so much again.
Of course.
You know?
Thank you for having me, and I appreciate this platform. This is my first time talking about it, so, you know, doing it on your platform it means a lot, and I do hope that it'll touch somebody, and just somebody will learn something from it and take something from it. You know, we're all put on this earth. We're all surviving something. We're all going through something, but it's how you get out of it, right? It's not like if you keep sulking in your misery, like it's not good. You gotta overcome. And that's what we're here for. We're here to live, learn, love, and be happy. And I thank you for
You're very welcome.
for having me come on here to talk and listening to me. And like I said, hopefully this will help somebody, because we all need some healing, man.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
Thanks again.
of course.
Yes. All right, Belle. Thank you. Until next time. Peace.
Peace.
If you or someone you know has experienced sexual abuse or sexual assault, please know that you're not alone and help is available. You can contact RAIN's National Sexual Assault Hotline 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 1-800-646-HOPE, HOPE, or 4673, or text HOPE to 64673 to speak with a trained support specialist. Free confidential support is available whenever you're ready.